Hi there, I'm Cher, and this is Diary of a Pen Nerd. So, today, as I'm filming this, it is Thursday, and I'm trying to post this on Friday, but today, Thursday, is actually the first day of class for university for me. I am in my third semester and I'm super duper excited. Um, but I was wanting to do a pen case refresh. Um, if you can hear my cat, she gets plenty of love. Um, she just thinks she doesn't. But I wanted to do a pen case refresh, and so I had a ton of pens inked, and I wanted to do all new pens inked for the new semester. And as we can see, I waited until the very last second to do so. I think I have to leave for school in like an hour and a half-ish. But yesterday I went through and I washed all of my pens, or cleaned them out, and this is the remnants of that. And now it took me a really long time to pick a color scheme. Most recently I had mostly pinks and purples as my color scheme, and so I was like, I want to do something a little bit different, something that's going to work really good for notes and things. And so I've kind of settled on this color scheme, and I quite like it. And I think the theme I'll be doing in my bullet journal with this is going to be stained glass, which I think will be really pretty. And so I think I know which pens I want to put with which inks, but I might have to think on this a little bit. This is the pen case that I'll be using. I got this from Daiso many years ago, and this is just what I have in it, which is a pencil, a black gel pen, a gray highlighter. I like using a gray highlighter, or for this color scheme specifically, I might also do like a golden yellow highlighter, because it allows me to use my colorful ink and then still highlight things. And then my Pilot Varsity with Ferris Wheel Press Peter Moss, this is never going to be uninked or change. So that's what I have in there right now. I don't feel like right now I have a pen case that is, you know, like totally ideal for me to take to school. I have this one and it's fine and it fits the pens that I want, but if I want anything else like a glue stick or sticky notes or index cards or anything like that, I can't fit that in here. I have another pen case that's the Lihit Lab book style pen case, but I find that that one is just too bulky. So those are my pen cases, but I'm not actively looking to buy another one because while this isn't perfect, it is suiting my needs for now, so I'm fine with that. And then we have the real stars of the show, which is all of my pens and inks. We'll start off with what I already know I want to do, which is I already know I want to put Organic Studio Aldous Huxley into my Jinhao Dadao 90, I think this one's 16. I just had Organic Studios Santiago C Blue in this pen and I really liked it, so that's why I'm gonna go with something similar, and why I didn't bother rinsing it out all the way, clearly. I somehow forgot that you can... That's not gonna get out of anything. You can fill a converter without the pen nib unit attached to it. And so for a while I was always just trying to fill with the pen unit attached, and obviously the dadows are like huge, and so it was really hard to do that. And then someone reminded me, they were like, you can just fill the converter. And I was like, you're so right. And I'm just silly. So there's that. I'm excited to be using this again. I also really like that this has a heartbeat on the nib. I don't know if that's gonna focus. There you go. So that's fun. And then from here, we'll set this to the side. We'll do also things that I know I wanted to do is put Amamoyoi back in my Fude nib. For a really long time, Amamoyoi was like the only ink that I would put in this Fude nib because I loved it so much. I feel like it shows off the chroma shading very well. But then I decided to take a break and put a bunch of other inks in my Fude nib. Because I really like this for headers in my bullet journal. So I had a bunch of other inks in this pen, but now I am ready to go back to Amamoyoi now that I haven't had it inked for so long. I've missed it. It's one of my all-time favorite inks. I love the chromo shading on this ink. I love chromo shading inks in general, but this is one of my favorites, and as you can see, I've used just about, oh, I guess you can't see there. I've used just about all of it. It goes to like, this is hard to show you guys. I don't have very much left, so I'll have to buy a second bottle and probably go through that fairly quickly too. Other ones that I know that I want to do, I want to put one more sleep in my Ferris Wheel Press brush pen. I really like this pen actually, but I've never had another ink in it except for Diamine Cozy Up, which is another ink from the Green Ink Vent calendar, because it's like literally a perfect color match to the enamel on this pen. But I've decided that I want to branch out and try new inks in this pen. And One More Sleep seems like a good bet for that one. So there's all of that. It's going good so far. Okay, now what? I'll set these to the side. I also have this Kaweco Caramel Brown ink cartridge that I was toying with putting in a pen. Maybe I'll put that in this Kaweco. This is my Sweet Mandarin with a broad nib. I notice I've been reaching for broader nibs, mostly mediums, but just looking for a little bit of a juicier writing experience. So there's that. This is Ferris Wheel Press Blushing Mushroom. I do really like this ink, and I've been trying to make sure that I'm using my shimmer inks more. But of these pens that I could put a shimmer ink in, I have this one, or I have this one. And none of these I would want to put a shimmer ink in. And I think I'll put crimson in this one. So we'll do Brilliant Beanstalk in my pen BBS 471. We need an eyedropper. 1 second. Apparently I didn't have any eyedroppers at my desk, and I had to go grab one out of my closet, but we're back. We'll make sure that our shimmer is nicely incorporated. They always settle so fast. You can like hardly even fill up your pen before the shimmer is settled. Okay, I think that should be good, or that might even be just a little bit too much. I thought that went down the side of the bottle instead of inside for just a second. That was scary. There's that one. I love this one, and whenever I bring this out in class, I almost always get a comment on it, like, what is that? I had someone ask me if it was a lipstick, which that would be a really pretty lipstick, but I was like, no, it's a fountain pen. Let me show you how I put it together. Now it's a pen. So that's always pretty fun. Then we'll set this to the side, and well, oh no. There we go. Or this might be a little bit of a struggle. And yesterday when I was cleaning my pens, I managed to get ink all over my hands, and then I immediately went out to see someone and was like, yeah, my hands are all blue and red, it's fine. I tell everyone it's a feature, not a bug. Oh no, now the lid's not gonna go back on right. Pop that all the way in. There we go. I actually really like the Jinhao Dadao this big one, for note-taking, because it's very comfortable and it stays comfortable for a really long time. Maybe because it's so huge. But there are my newly inked pens. And do they all fit in my pen case? They should. They do. If I don't put any other pens in here, I'll be all set. But we'll see how long that lasts. And then I'll give it a second and see if I can get you guys some writing samples. Okay, now we'll throw in writing samples of all of these. Just do, now that they're ready to perform. I don't even know what this pen is actually called. I just call it my Wing Sung Fude. And I'm gonna blow you away. That's Dominant Industry, Arizona Sky Crimson. Then we have Ferris Wheel Press, Brilliant Greenstock. Other Jinhao. Oh, this is very pretty. And there we go. We'll put all of the pens over here so you can see them. I'm actually really happy and excited for all of these pens. I think they'll make great note-taking pens, great journaling pens. I like that they all kind of go with each other because usually I'll just pick two and go back and forth between those two for like a page of notes. So I think that this will be super fun. I'm excited for the start of the new semester, even though I'm taking way more credits than I have in the past, and also I have online classes, like fully online classes for the first time. But I'm excited to see how this semester shapes out. And you know, the best tool you can have going into a new semester is some brand new inked pens, and it is always good to have some pen and ink playtime. But that is all that I have for you today. Thank you for tuning in to another transmission from me. If you liked it and you want to stick around, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you have inked in your pens right now. I'd love to hear it. And with that, I will have the next chapter of my story out soon. Bye for now. Love, share.